Hello. Today we're going to talk about a case where the jury is currently deliberating. I didn't cover the trial, but the trial was 3 quick days. This is day 3. Jury's already deliberating. I'm going to tell you what this whole thing is all about. Hello, hello. How is everybody today? Crafting and Crime Daily. I'm your host, Rebecca. I'm diamond painting today, so I can't show you. Anyway, I started my event painting. It has some otters in it. It's really cute. I'll try to get a picture of. There's not much progress at all. I just started it. So, in any case, this is a diamond painting. These are all diamond paintings. They're made with thousands of little itty bitty diamonds. Yeah, and it turns out to be a painting. And I've got 2 months to finish it. So today we're going to go to Wisconsin. Now, do you remember the trial of, God, what was his name? He represented himself in Waukesha, Wisconsin. He's the guy that rode through the Christmas parade. And then, yeah. Anyway, long story short, same prosecutor. That's all I wanted to say about that. Same prosecutor. This is June 17th of 2023 in a little bar called Tabby's Wine Bar in Heartland, Wisconsin. 65, well, he was 64 at the time, 64-year-old Kevin Seamer is there with a friend, Laura Burke. Now, Laura's also friends with Jen and Josh Davies. And Josh has his friend with him as well. So Jen and Josh and his friend walk into this wine bar, and they're introduced by Laura to Kevin Seamer. And Kevin, right away, you can tell he's not taken to, well, he just has some opinions about Josh's appearance. Josh is full of tattoos, but, that's normal. To me, it's normal. A lot of the young people have a lot of tattoos. My son has a lot of tattoos. It's just, it doesn't mean anything. Well, this Kevin starts saying things like, you're a sinner and you're going to hell because of all these tattoos. I'm just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I'm guessing this is a Trump supporter who's forgot his gun at home. Thank goodness. Anyway, so I'm going to show you a clip of inside this bar and what occurs. Yeah. Because at some point after this initial, you're a sinner, Josh kind of walks away to a different table, but then comes back and at some point calls him an asshole, at which point, and you even hear, you might even hear Kevin telling Josh, go outside and practice falling down, which means I'm going to come out and get you, and then I'm going to really put you on the ground. So
put up number 11, the video from inside Tabby's. We're going to talk about this. This is the one enhanced by the crime lab where they turned up the volume. So hopefully it's loud enough. Starting at 0. Pausing it at 47 seconds. Joshua Davis just walked away. Just walked away. Kevin Seamer verbally attacks him the minute he meets him. Why do you have those tattoos? You're going to hell. You're a sinner. Joshua Davies walks away. First attempt by Josh to cool down the situation. Stopping at 103. Aggressive act number 1 by Kevin Seamer. F you, pointing directly at Josh Davies. Provocation.
Hey, you want to go out there? Practice falling down right out there.
109. Go outside and practice falling down. I'll be right out there. He has just told you, ladies and gentlemen, in that statement, his intent is to get Josh Davies on the ground. And he's inviting him to fight. I'll be right out. Go right ahead out. I'll be right there. Fighting words from Kevin Seamer. Aggressive act number 2.
Come on, motherfucker, let's go.
112. Come on, MF, let's go, as he marches over to Josh's position. Look at the reaction of Laura Burke. What the heck is going on? Aggressive act number 3 from Kevin Seamer, right there. Approaches him. What does Josh do?
Shut your fucking mouth.
Josh says, no, stop it. He's not bait. He's not taking the bait. He's not engaging. He's backing down. He is standing down, saying, stop it. No. He never moves a muscle. He looks over his shoulder. He doesn't turn around and confront him. He doesn't point at him. He doesn't curse at him. He says, stop it. Is it over now? Nope. Because then Mr. Seamer says, shut your effing mouth. Aggressive act number 4.
Try is a key word. Try. Please, just a little girl. Little Karen.
Stopped at 132. Aggressive act number 5, 6. Calls him a girl, a Karen. I don't even know what that means. Brian couldn't tell us, but he thought it was insulting. Fighting words from Kevin Seamer. Josh does not respond in kind. Josh stays in his position at his table away from Kevin Seamer.
Like I said, Walter, falling down right out there.
Again, my intention, Kevin Seamer says, is to put you on the ground. Go out there and start practicing. I'll be right out. Provocation. Both of you. Now he's a tough guy. He's going to take on both Brian and Josh. He ain't afraid of that. Both of you go out there. I'll be right out.
Yeah, this is in town. Kevin is not the nice comment. Kevin doesn't put up with bullshit.
Aggressive act 9. Kevin doesn't put up with bullshit, pointing at Josh. Josh does nothing. Talking to his wife, agrees with his wife. It's not worth it. I'm going to go outside and wait. .202, in fact, he leaves. That's it. Josh walks away. never uses fighting words, never confronts Kevin Seamer in kind. Now, Attorney Sherrill will tell you, well, that's it. It was over. No reason for Josh to come back in now. That was the end of the dispute. But it wasn't. Absolutely not. Josh is outside now. Next thing we hear from Kevin Seamer,
I said, it's a pussy.
fighting words. Is he cooled down? Is it over? Josh is outside. Is he cooled down? Does Kevin Seamer think it's over at this point? Now watch Laura Burke. She got 2 drinks in her hand. She told you, I took his drink and I was trying to lead him out the back door because I wanted to separate them. I wanted to get him either on the back patio or back over to Beer Snobs to his friends. So she's got 2 drinks in her hands. Watch what Kevin Seamer does. Takes the drink and plants it back on the table. Is it over? Is it over? He's not going anywhere. Real easy for him, if it's over in his mind, to just walk out that back door, go back and pick up his buddy Tom, or go back and have a drink with Laura on the back patio. It's not over. It's not over by any means.
I needed a seat. Maybe you guys are actually really good friends. I've known Johnny forever. 20 years. This guy. What else? 20 years. Yeah. Maybe you're taking it. Maybe you should make
I'm
something.
serving on
Maybe she's better.
Don't take.
250. Josh is back in the door. Look at his feet. He never even crosses the threshold. So for people to claim he came back into the bar is really an overstatement because he never enters the bar. He opens the door and he says to his wife, "Are you still talking to that asshole?" Well, can you blame Josh for saying that at that point? Can you really blame him? What he doesn't do is he doesn't threaten Mr. Seamer. He doesn't call him any names. He doesn't use any fighting words. He doesn't go further than the threshold. He doesn't charge in, knock over 2 women, and get in Kevin's face and say, "F you." He opens the door and says to his wife, "Are you still talking to that asshole?" What is Kevin Seamer's reaction to this?
What did you say?
Is it over? Is it over? Laura Burke's got him by the arm. Stop. No, no. Jen's in front of him, trying to block him. Jen, 5'2", petite woman. Kevin Seamer, 6'2", 275 pounds. It's not over, folks. It's not over for Kevin Seamer. He's going to go out there and he's going to make sure Josh Practice is falling down for sure. No, 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 no. From Jen. Stop. Stop. This doesn't have to go any further.
So when he calls him an asshole, this Kevin guy just goes ballistic. He gets up out of the chair. You know, you can see that, and he follows him to the door. So the whole question for the jury in this case is, what happens outside of that door? Well, several witnesses. And the first is the defendant. So here is what the defendant in his police interview says happened outside of this wine bar on the night of June 17th. Okay. He and his friend had stools. They're coming after me. Self-defense. Can you really provoke somebody and then claim self-defense? Not so sure. Okay. I guess the jury's going to decide this one. So here's what we don't know what happens outside. So there's a whole lot more witnesses. Then there's first Laura Burke. Laura says, because you see in the video when he goes after this guy, they all go outside. Laura's grabbing, Kevin's shirt, trying to get him back. Kevin is 6'2" and 275 pounds. Josh is not that big. So, according to Laura, who's a friend of all of these people, says that Josh raised the chair above his head, but she does not know what happened after that. Okay, back to the wife. All right. So then there's the wife, Jen Davies. She said she also saw Josh pick up a chair, but doesn't remember what happened next. Interesting that the two women don't remember what happened next. Probably because it happened so fast and your adrenaline's going and you're drunk. They were all drunk, but that kind of went without saying, right? So there was also a musician that was outside of the bar packing up his things. His name was John. And this musician said, John Laporte, he said he saw the defendant, Kevin Seymour, throw a stool into the street and then swing at Josh. And he made contact with Kevin's arm, causing him to fall to the ground and hit the back of his head. So now he's severely injured. He loses consciousness. EMS is called. First of all, Kevin flees. He runs past the wife. He runs past Laura and he leaves. He says, I'm getting the hell out of here. He doesn't show up at the police station until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, once he finds out the police are looking for him.
Is from State's Exhibit 24.
And I lost my cool, and I say I lost my cool. I just, what did you say? And then I went outside. The girls tried to, say,
Yeah.
they're drunk, and I'm like, well, and I swear to you, on my dad's grave and on my kid's life, I went outside and his friend and this guy had stools
Okay.
in their hands, and
So the guy and his friend had stools.
yeah, they're up in the air like this,
Okay.
And I said, what did you say? And then, now, like, now you're gonna hit me with a stool. I'm not saying this, but I'm
Right,
thinking,
right.
oh, I'm gonna get knocked in the, with a stool.
Okay.
And two stools. So, but so the one friend, he tried to hit me with a stool first, and I don't know really what happened, but all I did was block it, and that was it. And I didn't touch him. I didn't say anything to him, nothing.
Okay.
Then the other guy, the husband, he comes in. He's really, and he winds up and he's gonna not, and I don't know what the hell happened with me if I had like some almost, it was like second part or something. I just held my hand there and I just pushed him that with the stool in his hand, and I just pushed him away.
Okay.
He fell over onto the ground, and then I left.
This is 12, 14 hours later, he's already sobered up. So we don't know how drunk he was. But when they take Josh to the hospital, and they're trying to save this man's life because he is going in and out of consciousness. They had to intubate him to help with his breathing because he had a brain injury. He apparently suffered 2 skull fractures to the back of his head, spent the next 27 days in the ICU, and passed away. Now, during this, and I was talking about his blood alcohol, 0.25 to 0.24. Now, 0. Wait a minute, 0.08 is intoxicated to the point where you're not supposed to be driving. This guy's a 0.24. Now, we're not talking about driving, but we're probably, we don't know how alcohol affected him. We don't know what his tolerance was, blah, 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 but probably pretty significantly. Anyway, during this time that her husband is fighting for his life, Jen fills out a statement. She writes out a statement. She does not, in her statement, talk about a stool at all. There's no talk about this stool or that her husband was punched. And if this is the thing that you're saying killed your husband, this punch from Kevin, why didn't you mention it in your statement? This is just the argument from the defense on closing that I heard. So, yeah, he hit the back of his head and he died. So Kevin has been charged by this prosecutor that we're all familiar with. She's a go-getter. She doesn't play. She charged him with felony murder, which means you had to be committing a felony or in the act of committing a felony, your victim dies. And the felony was aggravated battery. So the jury has got to consider what happened here. Now they show some security footage from a local business. And they show you have to look through the windows of this business, and it's dark outside. And I'm going to show you the footage, but it's very difficult to see, and you may want to watch it a couple of times. But if you look through the front door, because there's the door and then there's windows on either side of the door. But if you look through the door above the title of the business, you'll see some movement, and that apparently is the defendant. And I'm sure that these people have watched this video over and over and over again, so they know what's on it. But me having seen it like once or twice, I'm like, what's going on? I don't see what they see. I didn't see it. I didn't see a chair. I see a lot of movement. I see Josh going towards the defendant. I see the defendant coming towards Josh. Was this just a bar fight that got out of hand? These two macho men. Macho man. Good to be a macho man. I don't know.
And I pause it at 12 seconds. Through the door of Hometown Pharmacy, you can now see Josh Davies standing there. I'm going to click it ahead 1 frame, 13 seconds. Watch his right arm as I click through these frames. His right arm is down at his side right here in this frame. 14 seconds, still down by his side. 15 seconds, still down by his side. Now he makes a step to the right with his feet. And there you can see at 15 seconds, a motion like this with his right arm from his hip area up, right? He is not doing this. He is not doing this. His arm is down near his waist at all times, right before the blow gets delivered by Kevin Seamer. 15, I'm starting again at 15. There he goes. And there's the follow through from Kevin Seamer. 100% inconsistent with what he told Detective Hoffa. He claims he's the guy making this motion. I just went like this and blocked the stool. He did not. That's a follow through, folks, from a right hook.
So that is what the jury is deliberating as we speak. Is this man, Kevin Seymour, guilty of aggravated battery and thus felony murder? I think he's in trouble. Yeah. Why did you flee the scene? Why? Anyway, the medical examiner did testify during this trial, and she said that the amount of force necessary to cause these head injuries was significant. Like 275 pounds significant? Yeah, I think so. All right, what do you think of this thing? What do you have an opinion one way or the other? Do you think you would find him guilty based on the video and the statements you've heard? Let me tell you, this quick trial, in and out, very few witnesses. None of the witnesses can agree on what they saw. Yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think, and I'll let you know tomorrow what the verdict is. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and take care.